hit the top 10
Yeah,
globally.
globally.
And yet there were mixed reviews.
I watched every episode of the Meghan Markle Netflix show, so you don't have to.
Today my guest is a dear friend who I've known for about 20 years, so welcome in, Fabian.
Meghan, right?
Yeah, Megan, right.
I saw so many people recreate her recipe, so where's the hate coming from?
How did that land for you?
I think I knew who I was trying to meet. And so if you know your audience, you know your demographic, well, they love the show. And my partners love the show, and that's why we have a season 2 and why we have more fun coming. So I think oftentimes the negative voices, are they saying negative things and then secretly going home and making single skillet spaghetti? Possibly. And that's all right. They're trying to pay their bills, and that's for them to sort out if they're comfortable doing it at someone else's detriment. From my standpoint, the intention of the show was to share more of myself, to share tips that I love in my life, and to have fun.
But there's this take that you're glorifying homemaking or glorifying trad wives.
Oh, really? That feels odd to me.
Yeah, how do you respond to that?
That feels odd to me. I mean, I hadn't heard that. $1 million and 10x our inventory, and thought for sure that would happen for any small business and any startup. And at the same time, you don't get the same metrics and learnings about which SKUs and products are the most coveted because it's all gone immediately. So then we prepped for the second seasonal drop and 10x'd our inventory, and thought for sure that would at least last for a couple weeks. That sold out in a couple hours. And suddenly the conversation goes from at the start of this year talking about a few thousand jars and lids.
Today, you search for your name, and there's 1,000 different news stories about 1,000 different things.
Yes.
And so...
But I guess the distinction there is those people don't know me and they're not talking about me. And that's a really hard place to come to terms with.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. So if you can really compartmentalize it and go, oh, right, there is a very, very powerful machine, and it's all about generating income. Mm-hmm. Those stories aren't just appearing because it's fun. Clickbait has a huge financial implication. And so if I'm part of an SEO and that gets them more clickbait, then yes, they're incentivized to churn out as many stories, false or damaging or whatnot, to feed the beast because that's paying them. And I think a lot of people forget the economic element of it. And I think from my standpoint, that's why I don't look at it. It would be very hard to see anything about yourself that isn't true. But equally, it's not me that they're talking about. It's some caricature they've had to create to get clicks. And I'm very clear on the difference between the two.
Do you feel like you have to be perfect? Do you feel like you have to curate what you show us or be a more polished version of the Meghan that you are, just at home putting your feet up on the couch?
I did feel that for a while. I felt a lot of pressure to, even though I wasn't seeing it, you could feel the energy of it. So you feel a lot of pressure to go, is this hair out of place? I bet it is, but I'm okay with it. Is someone going to say something about anything? Probably. Once you make peace with the fact that they're going to say something about anything, then that's a hard place to get, where you can make peace with that. Then I think you just settle into being yourself. But whether you're high profile or not, it's hard to be a teenager. It's hard to be in your 20s. It's hard to be a mom for the first time. Every chapter, we're figuring it out for the first time. Every single chapter. And then you layer in just the natural change that happens as we get older. I don't think there's anything valuable about trying to be perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. And I guess my version of the closest thing to perfection would be being really comfortable in your own skin. And I do think that comes with time.
And with that, it felt like a perfect time for some fresh air.
Part of the song.
What do you think of the direction our country is going in?
I think right now it's a really interesting time for the entire world. I just hope that people are able to maintain the values that they feel are important to them and to feel safe and to remember our humanity with each other in all of it. However polarized the world can be or feel, If you go back to the fact that we're human beings and try to find the way that we can connect versus feel divided, I think that's the only way through whatever can feel trying.
On that note, you talked about growing up in LA
Chaos erupts here in LA.
and fighting back.
I've seen my town like that a lot over the years. LA has always been so resilient. That's what I know my hometown to be. And so this, to me, while it's a different version of what we've experienced, I think the strength of the people in LA coming together has always been paramount. That's not new.
You're in a unique position. I saw you do an interview in 2016, and you had some choice words for President Trump.
I think it was in 2012, like the Republican Party lost the female vote by 12 points. That's a huge number. And with as misogynistic as Trump is and so vocal about it, that's a huge chunk of it.
Are there things you're dying to say or do right now that you feel like you can't?
As you all know, a couple days ago, Taylor Swift announced that she and Travis Kelce are officially engaged, even though this proposal happened the same day they did the New Heights podcast, where she announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. But you want to know what else happened at this time? Not before, but right after this. Meghan Markle was seething with so much envy, hatred, and jealousy over Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce not only taking over the entire world, doing something that even she and Prince Harry could not do. The Empire State Building changed its colors. Over 20,000 brands across the world have gotten in on either the new album, The Life of a Showgirl, and its colors, mint, green, and orange, or the champagne and the gold color. But you know, one thing that she can't outrun is the fact that she's one of the most hated people on planet Earth. And Taylor Swift is arguably one of the most liked. Why is beyond me. But if you couldn't tell, she posted this right after Taylor Swift announced on her Instagram and broke the entire internet and world for the last 3 days this picture. But she also flooded ASever and Meghan, her private Instagram, with dozens of posts that same day because it overshadowed everything she was doing, including the Bloomberg interview that I just showed you clips from. Tons of them. Like post after post after post after post after post. Humble bragging. Yes. Yes. Again, plagiarizing Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's 5 photographs in the engagement announcement. Because nobody cares about ASever. The reason why people don't like her is because she's sitting there lying to your face. As I also showed you, she said that they were sold out. Their 2024 rosé has not been sold out at all. And in 2025, almost 2026, they couldn't have gone back 2 whole years, time traveled, and just said, oh, we need 1 million more units. She told you that within 44 minutes, her rosé was sold out. I just showed you that her 2024 rosé is not sold out. I went right to the website and went to the checkout, and it was letting me do everything. Of course, I'm not paying you $90 for 3 bottles of rosé. I don't drink. Alcohol's a poison anyway. But here's the thing. Here's her brand. The flour sprinkles, the marmalade, the orange marmalade packaging, keepsake stuff, whatever, shortbread cookie mix, French pancake mix, honey, and spirits, teas. And we all know she started with the $9 raspberry spread to produce enough money to keep sustaining this ASever business. But the problem is that she is directly plagiarizing the Royal Collection Trust, which has always been there. All profits are donated to charity, 100%. She copies everything. Their luxury food items, their liquors and spirits. They even have gin, jams and preserves, teas. The confectionery, you got the biscuits, you got all of it. Pancakes and honey. But then she's got the whole entire plagiarizing of High Grove. All profits are donated to charity. I'm sorry, it was the later part of the 1700s when we had a whole entire Revolutionary War and we broke away from Britain. And just to have you copy this shit and stuff it down our throat and lie to us. She had to make it $9 because that's competing with what she's copying. Duh.